You're watching the Tennessee Valley this morning at 6:45 and 70 degrees on this Friday morning. Hope you're having a great weekend and it gets even better. We're back with some very special guests who haven't been on the show before, but we're glad to have Bob and Amanda Pritchard here. And they're local folks who have become entrepreneurs and have decided to open a business that I think, especially after April 27th, most everyone would be interested in. It's good to have you on the show, Bob.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Your business is called Integrity Storm Shelters.
Yes, sir.
And it seems like a timely business to have, especially after April 27th. Tell us about your business.
Well, we work with Granger Plastics. They're out of Ohio, and we started looking for a storm shelter about 2 years ago, and to satisfy a need for our own family.
I see.
Every time a tornado came, we would trek across town to my in-laws' house.
Yeah.
To have a basement. We don't have a basement in our house, and so we decided that we needed to find a storm shelter, and so we started researching storm shelters, and we found that this storm shelter is the best one on the market. And so we also realized that there's no one in this area who sells this type of storm shelter. And so as we researched further, we decided that if we have a need to purchase a storm shelter to provide safety for our family, then you know, we figure that there's more people in the community who would have the same need, and we just decided to start the storm shelter and business, and we started, you know, doing all the paperwork and getting approvals and all that, and actually started the business in February of this year.
Oh, so it was timely before the storms hit. So this is something you do together with your husband, Amanda?
Yes, I am a stay-at-home mom, was an educator.
Oh.
So just a good opportunity to you know, be able to continue to stay at home with my children.
Oh, that's great.
So.
And you mentioned plastic, so these are fabricated out of some kind of heavy-duty plastic. Talk about the product itself.
They are made of polyethylene, which is a form of plastic.
Yeah.
They are rotationally molded, so there is no seams, no creases, which also prevents it from the problems that most storm shelters have of deterioration and mold and mildew and rodents.
Rodent snakes. You
don't want to be in a storm shelter with a rodent, do you?
No, that's a lot of the problems with the older storm shelters. You know, that people installed 20, 30 years ago. Now they have, you know, snakes and rats, and these are resistant to that. So there's no way a rodent can chew through the walls of this.
How thick are they?
They are 1/2 inch thick, and they're double walled. So you have an outside wall and then the inside wall of the shelter itself.
And are they in one piece, or are they put in, you know, more than one piece, or how does it go in the ground? I assume it goes in the ground.
It does, yes. It's and that's actually one of the benefits of our product. They are one piece, and the only thing sticking up is the actual door, the lid that sticks up out of the ground. That's the only thing that actually sticks up. And the ease of installation, there's no concrete needed to anchor the system to the ground or anything like that. It's dig a hole and put it in the ground and cover it up.
Yeah. What about ventilation?
That's a good question. A lot of people almost everybody we talk to, you know, about the storm shelter, that's one of the first questions is there enough ventilation, or are we going to get trapped or whatever? With these storm shelters, they do have a ventilation system. The first thing that a person should do that we tell our customers is contact the fire department, because they are first responders, and let them know that you have a storm shelter.
Okay.
So, you know, a lot of people are worried about ventilation. They're worried about, you know, even getting trapped in the storm shelter. Should something fall on, you know, debris or something fall on the storm shelter.
A tree fall on the door.
A tree, or, you know, part of your house. And so if the fire department knows that the storm shelter is there, it's a good idea also to tell your friends and family that you have purchased one, that you know, that's the first place that they're going to look. There is also, if you're worried about something like that, there is also a way to bypass that worry. You can put a bottle jack inside the storm shelter, and it doesn't take up much space. And then if if a tree or something does fall on the door, the way it's designed, you can actually put the bottle jack on the door, jack it up, and get out.
Like a hydraulic jack.
Right.
Yeah, I have one of those at my house.
Yeah.
So you researched this for your own needs, discovered, this is what we want. So when did you install yours?
Well, just recently. We actually, this year.
Did you have it in time for the April 27th storm?
No, we did not.
Oh, got it after that.
We spent the night at my wife's parents' house.
Yeah, but you have it in the ground now.
Yeah.
So where do you normally put a product like this? In the backyard, side yard, or just wherever?
It can be, yes, it would be in the yard, in ground. In a pre-construction, it can go inside your house.
Oh, really?
So you could put it in the closet or even in a basement if you can dig the hole and then pour. And
so it would become like a safe room inside the house
Yes.
itself.
Yes.
Wow, that's a
And
neat idea.
we can even install it in a garage, an
Really?
existing garage.
An existing garage. Wow. And then is it anchored to the floor, the walls, or?
Well, you actually just take a concrete saw and cut out a square, and then you can dig through the hole that you've cut out with the square there.
I see.
To the concrete.
And
you
it lays
just cover it
flat
back up.
against the garage floor and against the ground.
Yeah.
And the door is durable enough that you could even, if it's in your garage and you drive across it, you can, it's not going to hurt the door. It's not going to
won't
hurt the
hurt it.
system.
What about, a lot of people are afraid of the dark, and you go into something that's enclosed like that, and you
Right.
close the door. It's dark,
Yeah,
folks.
it is, yeah. Underground is dark.
Are there lights in there? Is
There
there battery
is.
backup? Talk about how the thing is constructed.
Okay.
There is an LED light. It comes with every storm shelter, and that's about all the maintenance you need to do other than open the door every once in a while and change the battery on the light. There's an option for a solar-powered fan
Oh,
if you want that. There is also an option to have a battery-powered generator that you just keep in your storm shelter.
and the LED light itself doesn't draw much power
Right.
Yeah.
because of the nature of the LED. So it sounds like they've thought of everything for the short term person who's wanting to escape danger. So you've
Right.
got the ventilation system, get a solar powered fan, got a light. What about supplies like food and water? Is there storage facilities in there for that?
Some people do store the food and water in there, and you're more than welcome to do that.
There's not a built-in facility per se, but there is room. You could put it in the floor or put it on one of the benches
Yeah.
and store water or food or something in there if you wanted to.
Because it's intended for short term.
It is.
It
It
is.
is.
Escape.
Yeah.
Now, do they have different sizes? Like someone has two in their family, but somebody has 10 kids.
That's a good question. It's actually designed for a typical average size family. So the storm shelter will hold up to 6 full-grown men comfortably.
I see.
And there is a company, a business in Ohio that we were reading about, and he actually has a storm shelter from Granger Plastics, and they have 12 employees. And so in the event of a tornado warning or something, he actually squeezes all 12 of his employees, and they're full-grown people. So,
Wow.
I guess you could put more in there, but how comfortable do you want to be?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but an average, usually 2 adults and
Right.
3-4 children
Right.
could easily fit in there very comfortably.
Yeah. Well, how big are they actually physically in size? Like an 8x10 or 4x6?
Yes, when they're 8 by 10.
8 by 10. Well, that's a good size
63
room. Yeah.
inches deep. So
63 inches deep.
Right. So when you actually dig the hole, that's what you're digging is an 8 by 10 hole, 63 inches deep.
Okay. And see, 63 inches, that's a little over 5 feet.
Right.
So you have to kind of duck when you get in, but you're not going to be wanting to stand up anyway if a storm
Right.
you
passing
actually
over.
could stand up
Yeah,
You
you
could.
can stand up where the door is.
I see.
so
from
you
the
can
floor
stand
to the
up.
door. So.
Well, it sounds like a great product. And
thank you.
they've been around for how long has this company been in business?
They have done rotationally molding for several years, but the storm shelter business since the 80s.
Since the
So
80s, so they've got some experience under their belt.
They're very well researched.
Wow. And the name of the shelter again?
Granger Plastics.
Granger Plastics.
is, and our company is Integrity Storm
Integrity
Shelters.
Storm Shelters.
Right.
Do you have a website yet?
We do. You can contact us through our business phone, 650-1400. Easy to remember, 650-1400.
Right.
Our website is actually integrityshelters.com.
Okay.
And we take the storm out because we're taking the storm out of your worries.
Well, I see. Now,
that's an easy way to remember it.
Good marketing tool.
There you go.
There you go. I think Kim Gunter over there would approve of that. She's
Right.
in marketing.
Is that right?
She liked that.
Right.
Okay. IntegrityShelters.com.
And you can go on there and type in your information, and we'll contact you as soon as possible.
Now, do you handle the entire installation, or will you just sell like to a do-it-yourselfer who has a backhoe?
Well, that's a good question. One of the good qualities about this product is the ease of installation. So, you know, if you have a backhoe or you have a friend who has, around here everybody has a friend that has a backhoe.
Oh, yeah.
Or a bobcat or something
Yeah.
like that. You can actually, you know, dig the hole and install it yourself.
Yeah. And there's
and
no
save a
wiring
little
to
bit of
run,
money.
no plumbing to run, just put a battery in it.
No
when you get in the
concrete, no anchoring.
ground. Backfill it, you're
Just
done.
backfill it. Lifetime warranty on the product.
Really?
Lifetime warranty. And most other shelters have a 5-year warranty.
Yeah.
And ours are lifetime. They're guaranteed to last 200 plus years. I don't know who's going to stick around and
Yeah.
and
we
measure
won't need
that,
it
but-
then. No, we won't need it then.
It could also be dug up and moved.
And move if you
and
wanted
you
to.
still have the company warranty.
still have the company
Really?
warranty.
So if you sold the house and you wanted to take your shelter with you,
Right.
you
You
could.
could.
And they're
do that.
virtually indestructible. I mean, they've dropped them from, you know, pretty 20, 30 feet in the air. I mean, we have videos of all the things that they've tried to do to
Really?
destroy these things, and they're
Yeah.
Fantastic.
so they're on our website. You could check those out.
So if you wanted, if someone wanted you to help with the installation, you have
Yes, we
the ability
do,
to do
yeah.
that.
We
Or
do
if they
install
want to
them.
do it themselves, you'll sell the shelter to
Right.
them.
And
Wow.
save them a little bit of money that
That
way.
is
It
great.
is a FEMA approved shelter.
Oh, that's important.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
It's
great.
undergone testing for an F5 tornado, winds exceeding
Wow.
300 miles an hour. So.
Wow. We had an F5. I think one of them was an F5 here
Is that right?
in Bradley County. And I know they had a total of 5 across the state of Tennessee,
Right.
all total on April 27th. So that's good to know. It's something that I'm sure that many of our viewers will be interested in. And if you are, just contact Bob or Amanda at IntegrityShelters.com. IntegrityShelters.com. And what's that phone number again, Bob?
650-1400.
All right. Well, check them out, and they can give you all the material, and I'm sure there's probably pictures of them on your website, and they have brochures and things that they can share with you as well and give you all the details on pricing, etc. Bob and Amanda Pritchard with Integrity Storm Shelters. Thanks for coming in and sharing
you.
us your new idea. That's great,
Appreciate it.
and I'm sure
Thank
that's
you.
something that this area can use.
Thanks for having us on the show.
You're welcome. We'll be back in just a moment at 6:58. Headline news coming up, and some more guests. Don't go away.